Hi, welcome back to today's morning report charts appraisals on Wednesday, the 1st of July, with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Hantec Markets. Moving on to cable, and we've just had the UK manufacturing PMI coming out, and it's disappointed. 51.4 was well below. Well, I say well below. Was below the expectations of 52.5, and also below last month as well. So a bit of a disappointing move there on that PMI data for the UK, and we have seen cable sort of range bound in the past week or so, between sort of 56, 65 towards 58, so about 130, 135 pips of range, and it's now dipping back towards the bottom of that range again on that data. This stochastics are still corrective. MACD lines have rolled over, and RSI sort of dipping back as well, so it does still look as though it's going to dip back down to the downside from this range. Here's that range on the hourly chart over the past week. And here's the reaction that we've had since that PMI data out. About sort of 20 or so pips of weakness in reaction so far in sort of the 5 or so minutes since that data. But it certainly looks like the pressure is on the downside on that 56.65 level. Now I've sort of zoomed out here because you can see that is a continuation of, you had this top pattern that formed the resistance again around 58. So you're getting the support tested there, and if you break below that 56.65 support, then that would imply a range breakdown, which gives you 130 odd ticks to the downside, which gives you a downside target of 55.35. Momentum indicators certainly look as though they've got further downside potential if they do make the breakdown, although it's still slightly, I mean, it is sort of bordering on negative momentum, but just not massively yet. But I think it'll be interesting to see if this range survives this initial breakdown on cable from this PMI data. It certainly is drifting away now in the early minutes since that data. So the downside pressure is growing on cable, and certainly looks like it's a corrective move continuing. If you do see that correction, I still think that this is sort of coming back towards probably that 54.50 support that we have on cable, which is around about where I'd expect to see the support coming back in. I think cable is going to be choppy in the next few months. I don't see it being a big trending move. I think it's going to be a very choppy one because of the uncertainty over both UK and US monetary policy, and I think for that reason we're going to see choppy moves. So I think this is playing out as part of that chop, and a further dip back towards 154.50 is my expectation. So that target of the downside break, if it happens, and I stress that if it happens, is 155.35. So I wish you good luck in your trading on cable today. Looks like the downside pressure is coming through this UK PMI, and that could be accelerated if the US data comes out strongly this afternoon. So watch out for all that, and it certainly looks like the resistance is now coming in, or has been left, at 57.30. So I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I'll speak to you later. Thank you.